My last question will be, the president, let's move on to a slightly different topic. The president, Muhammadu Buhari, recently has shown some backbone in backing some Nigerian candidates in the international forum. We saw how the federal government stood up to the American juggernaut in the African Development Bank race, and eventually Nigeria triumphed. And now we have also seen the strong backing being given to Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala by President Muhammadu Buhari. How do you see what is playing out at this point? Professor, please. Professor Monye, please.
Well, first of all, the president needs to be applauded because he has decided that he is not going to take anything less. Now, if you look at the last 5 years or so, you'll find that the president has actually done something that is commendable. What is commendable is that he has decided that let's put our best foot forward and go there and win. Today, it is remarkable that a Nigerian is the president of ADB. Although he was, the president of ADB was nominated just before the president came in, but he could have stopped it, but he didn't. He said, that's a good candidate, let him go. We have a Nigerian who is a Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, a nominee of this president. Today, Nigeria can stand up anywhere in the world and say, oh, Mrs. Amina Ibrahim is there, Amina Mohammed. Then we have the president of Afrexim Bank. He's a Nigerian. Again, this is happening all under this dispensation. Now we have WTO. We're talking about WTO today, and the chances are that Dr. Okonjo-Iweala is going to become the DG of WTO. So when you look at it that way, you said, yes, the president has done very well. If he does well, we should commend him. And quite frankly, in this particular case of WTO, don't forget that there was a nominee for that position before he decided, look, the chances of winning will be higher if we have our best candidate. And that's why he replaced the candidate that was there. And if you look at the field, of 8 people that contested for this WTO DG, every single one of them either is current minister or was a minister. So he needed to up our game. The guy that Nigeria nominated before was not, had never been a minister, and I'm not sure a lot of people know him in Nigeria. So he decided, look, let's play this game like other people and raise the temperature, and the result is there for everybody to see. So I think it's commendable. We should really appreciate the president for what he has done.
Thank you. Mr. Jime, would you like to see more efforts in this regard with regard towards what is playing out in the ECOWAS region at the moment? You are an expert in that field. We see what's happening in Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, and I think another country again. Will Nigeria play more role in those areas, in this new era of international politics?
Yes, thank you for raising that, because I was going to say that while we should commend the government when it has done well, we also need to point out areas where things need to improve. And that is in places like the AU. You know that today Nigeria does not have a commissioner at the AU, and that is not good politics. Even at the ECOWAS in this backyard, things are also happening where, you know, Nigeria should show its political will and leadership. Some of these crises that are festering is really, Nigeria is not the head, but of course the protocol does not allow Nigeria to become the president of the commission, for instance, or vice president. But there are other ways it can also, because Nigeria is paying more than 60% of you know, the budget for ECOWAS. and doing a lot also at the AU. And it is what nobody can fault America for doing what is doing, because when you have to put your money where your mouth is. If Nigeria is paying, there has to be something that you are getting. Economists will tell you that any investment that does not bring you up to 30% returns on investment is not a good, it's a bad investment. So if Nigeria can look at its own investment in these areas and it's not totally, it's not adding up, then they need to look at it again. So that is what I will say, that while they are doing well, and it ought to be so, by the way, if with the population, with the resources Nigeria has, and then I listened to Ambassador Casey saying that if anybody is complaining about what the Chinese are doing in Africa, then the EU or America should double it. Why should they double it? Why did we find ourselves in this situation? Why are we looking for assistance? It is because we have not gotten our act well. We didn't get our act together. And that should be the responsibility of our leaders, from both individually and collectively, beginning from national government to regional and then, continental. I think a lot has to be done in that regard. Otherwise, so when you speak, when you put up a candidate, you are putting up that candidate with the confidence that you have what it takes to make that candidate to succeed. And so Nigeria is still boxing below its weight. It has to do more, given the resources that it has, given its human capital, and then it can do more. It can do a lot more than what we have. That would be my contribution.
Okay, thank you. Before we take the final comments and then Ambassador Keshi's response to what you have just said,